Every year, thousands of coaster tubers flock to put out their rankings. I'm here to tell you that they all suck, and only mine are correct. Before you see my infallible coaster rankings, here are some contenders. Raptor was B&M's first shot at a large-scale invert, and good god did they ace that project. What you really gotta love here is all those weird cuts it makes over the midway, mixing stupidly whippy elements with straight track and graceful flyovers. It's a weird combo, but trust me, it works. And that roar, talk about something that makes its presence known. Also, Cedar Point, I highly recommend changing the name of this store. First things first, I love Goliath because Six Flags came up with the great name once and used it 7 freaking times. The aura it would have if it was a one-off is insane, but I guess coming up with names is hard. Hell, it took me 3 tries. Great America's is weird because it's both huge and bite-sized at the same time. A 180-foot RMC wooden coaster sounds insane on paper, but oops, they forgot to give it a second half. What's left is a few solid ejector pops, a pair of elite inversions including a goddamn dive loop, and turnarounds that ride better than they look. I really wish there was more meat on the bone, but for what it's worth, the meat we have tastes delicious. I can let it slide. Any park large enough is gonna have its share of hidden gems, and Vortex falls into that category. It feels like an old wooden coaster flying through the woods with the forces of a B&M invert, which is an insane comparison for an aero-suspended coaster. This is the same type of ride as Iron Dragon. Mix Raven and a Bat clone and that's kind of what you get. I've blacked out on that Helix twice, it's no joke. Before we move on, I'd appreciate if you subscribe if you enjoy my content, and follow me on Instagram at AirtimeAdmiral. Feel free to leave a comment on my rankings, which I will mention once again are completely infallible and completely correct. For those still subscribed after all these months, I just wanted to say thank you. It's been forever since I've uploaded. The next 8 or so coasters could pretty much go any way, but something's gotta come in last, and today that's Diamondback. Those B&M staggered hypers all have this brand of whippy floater airtime that seems to defy all basic logic, and I love it. It definitely helps that most of those camelbacks are gonna pull you out for several seconds at a time. It might not be my favorite, in my opinion it could be a touch more consistent in that second half, but that layout is sublime. My dream in life is to drink that splashdown water. Like Itchy and Scratchy, I've been locked into a sort of love-hate relationship with this thing for a while now, so just hear me out on it. I'm convinced that this is a very good ride that's frustratingly close to being great. There are a few too many dead spots on too short a layout, which really isn't a winning combo. Still, it's basically perfect until that first camelback, and you're gonna be hard-pressed to find a better mix of speed and floater airtime. Not to mention, B&M could not have made a better first drop for a prototype. It's kinda like Saving Private Ryan. I could watch the D-Day raid on repeat, even if the rest of it is nothing special. Millennium Force is Leviathan's antithesis. There aren't any elements that are gonna knock your socks off. No, not even that first drop, but it flows way better, with superior consistency and no dead spots. All you can really do is sit in the front and feel all that speed. Let's be honest, speed is the one thing this ride does well, but it does it so well. Enough to land at number 20. Okay, let's move on. Let's start with this. I'm 99% sure Orion was designed for California's Great America, and the 1% that isn't was held back in the first grade for eating paste. So if you're wondering why Kings Island got such a small giga, I think that's why. I wasn't the biggest fan of Orion the first time around, but my 2025 rides won me over. The airtime is strong, the layout's dynamic, and some moments really fly under the radar. That wave turn in the back right is super underrated. Once you realize this is an upsized Raging Bull, you'll like it more too. Point blank, this is the most underrated coaster I've ridden. I'm not even sure that's particularly close. Ride it in the front car, unstapled, and thank me later. There are 5 Titan-tracked hills. All of them give pristine standing airtime, mixed with laterals that hit just right. I felt like I was gonna fall out on that second turnaround, and to be honest, I'm kind of upset that I didn't. Behemoth is so good, yet so simple that it's honestly boring to talk about it. It's the Tim Duncan of coasters.
One of the best footworks inside.
You have no idea how good Tim Duncan was! Oh my god! Everything you just said!
There are 7 airtime moments that are always gonna hit, no matter the weather, plus some crazy positives in the valleys. It shamelessly focuses on sustained floater and does it better than anything else I've ridden. Really, what else are you gonna ask for from a B&M hyper? This ride is so good, Six Flags decided to clone it an ungodly amount of times. I mean, this thing just pounds you in or whips you out for 40 seconds straight. It's a bit of a shame backbone saturation takes away from how good this thing is, especially for being a prototype. I'm not sure you could point to an actual flaw here. When they retrack this, I vote they rename it Batman Escape from O'Block. Nothing I can say here could possibly compare to my Instagram story for my 50-ride marathon, so here that is.
I need to go on a quick positivity rant because, oh my god. First things first, they pretty much hotboxed this place with smoke, so this thing just has like an unbelievable level of aura right now. Like, look at this shit. Second thing second, if they ace the second half, this thing is gonna be elite. The hallmarks of an elite coaster. Pacing and good forces. It's just short of the forces in the second half. This thing is gonna be almost Mystic level when it's all said and done. Oh my god, it is unbelievable. I can't believe I'm the only one who seems to not be sleeping on this thing. Ride Mindbuster, it fucking slaps.
I don't know how much cocaine they fed this thing, but it's unusually fast for a B&M. Those trims hardly touch the train, so every dip is borderline ejector airtime. For all the hype that first drop gets, and rightfully so, the drop off the mid-course is the strongest airtime I've felt on a B&M. It's a nice change of pace compared to the out and backs, too. I really don't know how they couldn't sell more of these. The best way to describe Banshee is that it's what a wing coaster should feel like. Non-stop positives only broken up with juicy hang time for over a minute straight. After that 0G roll, you have no clue where you are and your vision is usually gray. You'll think the floaty inversions hurt the ride, but really, they end up highlighting the positive Gs even more. Throw in a gorgeous setting plus the greatest ride sign ever and you have an easy winner. It's hard to believe this thing topped my list just 2 years ago, yet here we are at spot number 12. This was an RMC before RMC even existed, giving an old Aero Megalooper new life as an ejector machine. That second drop is, well, fucked up. Part of me questions how it was allowed. It's short, but everything hits like a bag of rocks. As a bonus, the sound of that chain lift is probably what you hear when you get to heaven. This ride reminds me a lot of an overstaffed male strip club. Man, there's no way you need that much wood there. Aside from that, this ride feels like a spam of airtime hills. Some are great, others are kinda just there. When you have that many though, the ride is usually gonna be pretty damned good. The turnaround and final helix have some decent laterals for variety too. Ravine Flyer 2 is great because it offers a bizarre solution to the age-old problem of why did the chicken cross the road. This masterpiece spams terrific floater, sharp laterals, and cartoonish pacing in that first half, all while going over a state highway twice. The second half isn't nearly as good, but still gives off some nice floater later in the day. Waldemere was one of the first parks I hit, and Ravine Flyer completely changed my knowledge on what a coaster could do. Man, this thing is incredible. Ravine Flyer might have the higher highs, but Mystic holds it together for longer, giving it a slight edge in my books. It also farms Aura like crazy. I mean, just listen to this. Hearing that on a YouTube video is still enough to give me some chills. The pacing on this ride is ridiculous, with non-stop floater and laterals, paired with the layout cutting through the woods over Whitewater Canyon. My only complaint here is that I don't have a GCI in my backyard. I've only snagged 2 rides on this, and I really only remember 2 things. 1, the pacing is so weird in a good way. You just keep up picking speed in a way that feels unnatural, and it's almost scary. Secondly, that downward spiral put me in a state of shock. I'm still halfway surprised I didn't get whacked by a support. Don't be surprised to see this even higher if I manage more rides in 2026. What a layout this thing has! It feels nothing like the other RMCs I've done, with weird elements and an inversion-heavy focus that just feels right. Other than the alarming lack of sales, this company's in good hands with Joe Draves. That said,
Who needs that open when this is the best wild in the park?
Maverick is the closest thing the modern man will get to going out in a blaze of glory in some desert somewhere. It's an all-star team of Intamin elements that ragdoll you like crazy, including a goated first drop. The pacing is excellent, while the Stangle Dive Lace finale is perfection. Kinda like Batman, it's really incredible that Intamin got this much right on a prototype. Remember Shivering Timbers and how it just spams airtime hills? Steel Vengeance is kinda the same, just with more variety and aura. First things first, it's always a certified banger when the coaster is ripping itself apart. You can see all that replacement wood from the stairs, and it's hilarious. Second thing second, it's remarkable that I'm this willing to get back in a line that's flat out demonic. Whoever concocted that setup would be sent to a gulag in the Soviet Union. I don't care what you think about Fastlane, that merge point is pathetic. All that behind us, the layout here is impeccable. There's so much ejector airtime to the point you wonder who signed off on this thing. The Outer Banks to start this are so insane Nurse Ratched would send them to get lobotomized. The one thing here, and hear me out, those inversions are so good the ride truly suffers by not having several more of them. Fury 325 is the complete package. Want positives? Check. Speed? Check. Airtime, whip, great capacity, an elite marathon, presentation and aura, you got it all. I really struggle to point out a flaw here. Even that Helix is a ton of fun. If I could live 15 minutes away from any coaster, it would be this. What stands out the most is the element selection. Instead of acting like a larger hypercoaster, a la Orion and Leviathan, Fury stays low to the ground. Every turn is whippy, the positives are virtually non-stop, and it packs airtime into random spots you wouldn't expect. Mix all that and 80-mile-an-hour speeds and you've got a clear contender for anyone's top 5. Yes, it is that good. Trust me, I'm really not that biased towards my home park. Alpenfury doesn't bother to let you breathe. That POV looks sped up, and it feels even faster on ride. Much like Fury, Alpenfury packs airtime where you wouldn't expect it, with nearly every inversion popping you out of your seat. That launch is diabolical, while the top head is nearly as incomprehensible as a Norm Macdonald segment.
Well, are you serious? Well, this was written...
Are you serious?
This was written years ago.
Did you just write that?
I didn't write it.
Did you just say that?
No, I read it, yes.
Your body is gonna get thrown in a million different directions. It has taken me dozens of rides to even somewhat nail this ride down. Capacity aside, Alpenfury is everything this park needed, and feels like it completely changed the DNA of the place. Maybe Legend only throws you to the side of the train. Really, it doesn't matter. Much like Mindbuster, I'll leave you with the post-marathon Instagram story.
I have just gotten my 20th ride today on Legend. You gotta get night rides on it. I swear to God, you do. I'm not saying it's as good as Voyage, it's not, but holy fuck. There's always something that catches you by surprise. You never have the thing figured out. Something's going to get you, and when it does, it hurts in the best way. Absolutely amazing. I'm in love. That's my number 2.
I don't think any other coaster tries to throw you out of the train more, it just happens to be in the direction people usually don't love. Leonardo da Vinci might not have been the best painter, architect, inventor, science guy, or womanizer, but he was still really good at all those things except for the last. In a way, Voyage is the Da Vinci of coasters. Vengeance has better airtime, the Beast is longer, Legend is the king of laterals. None are gonna stack up in more than 1 or 2 categories. The long length, absurd layout, and endless floater are enough on their own, but all bets are off once darkness hits. A great ride hits another level, creating a coaster experience truly in its own class. But just like all of these, don't take my word for it, go out and ride it. Okay, bye.